Hey everyone, I'm Liz Peterson, and today I'm going to show you 2 workflow automations that you can build that will completely change how you and your team are able to use Pipedrive. These are super simple. Anyone can build them. I'm going to show you first a demo, and then I will dive in and show you how they are built. So let's get started. Now remember, activities should be driving your work in Pipedrive. So you want to click on activities wherever that icon is on your left-hand sidebar. And then you want to be completing all of the activities assigned to you due today. So I've created an automation that's going to automatically create an activity when a new deal is created. So we'll see that activity pop up here in a moment. So there we now see this activity to reach out to a new prospect, and we can see that the priority is high, which is also something I programmed into the automation. So this is a brand new lead, highest priority thing. Whenever I finish whatever last thing I'm doing, I should go ahead and reach out to this lead. So I click the deal link to get this pop up here, and then I can expand to see the instructions that have been put into that activity. If they are qualified, I would do these steps. If they're not qualified, I would do these steps. And if they did not answer, then I would take these steps. So I'm going to use that for this demo. So I leave a voicemail, then I would send the number 1 email outreach. So populate that. If I need to customize it, I can. Otherwise, I would go ahead and just click send. And then the final thing here is to mark the activity as done. And then we see if this deal is still open and in this stage in 1 day, an additional activity will be created for me. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this activity as done. And I'm going to close this here. And what we'll see is now you see this activity reach out to new prospect. It looks very similar to this one, but the priority is not high. Well, for sake of demo, I sped up that 1 day delay to not exist at all. So essentially what I can do with this activity is every time I mark it as done, another one's going to get created. Again, real time, it'll be 1 day later or whatever time frame is best for you. But we can just have this activity occur recurringly until we get in touch with them or until we decide to mark the deal as lost or what have you. So that is the automation that I've built. So let me now show you what I did to build it. So I'm going to go to automations here, and I've got these 2. So this initial outreach activity. So this is the first part that you have to program. So the trigger is that the deal is created. So a deal is created in my system. I want to create an activity, but I only want this activity if it's created in a specific stage. So this is a condition I put in that the deal stage has to be this stage. Then my third step is create the activity. So I have the activity subject here, the type of activity, and then I have the due date. And then I have all of the kind of like assigned to where I want this linked. I recommend organization is the only one. If you're not using organizations, that's totally fine. You don't have to have this, but link it to the deal, link it to the person. Then notes, you can put in custom, whatever is best and right for you. And then here, this is where I assign the priority. So because this is a new lead, brand new deal in the system, hot opportunity, I wanted this to be high, and I don't have priority on a lot of my other activities. So it's pretty easy. If there's a high priority activity, do that one and then continue with the rest. So that is how you build the first automation. So that creates the activity when the deal is created. Now, the second automation, this is the one that happens kind of to infinity, depending on how you set it up, but as I've set it up. So here, this trigger is that an activity is updated, and then I'm going to put the exact subject line of that first activity that got created. So when a reach out to new prospect activity status has changed to done. So when a deal with when an activity with a certain title is marked as done, then you're going to have a delay step. So you can see here for the demo, I had a 0-minute delay. But let's say we want to do a 1-day delay. We want to reach out every single day. And then we can decide to skip weekends or not. So if your team works weekends, great, don't skip weekends. But if you're a Monday to Friday business, skip weekends so that, people don't come into a bunch of overdue activities. I'm going to apply that delay. And then here, then you want to have another condition. So, hey, activity is marked as done. delay for 1 day. Then you want to say, I want you to do this only if this is still true after that 1 minute, 1 day, 1 week, whatever delay. So here I have the activity deal stage is initial outreach. So I want it that the deal is still in that same stage and that the deal status is open. So if the deal is marked as lost or won, or if it moves into a different stage in the pipeline, then this automation would stop. But otherwise, it'll continue on and on in a circle because we have the activity subject the same in this new activity that we're creating. So this one, reach out to new prospect. Everything here is exactly the same. The only thing I've done differently here is this is where you pick your fields that you want to update or not update. And I didn't select the priority one. I could say maybe I want it to be a medium priority, and I'll show you what that looks like. But you can also just not have the priority if you don't want. You don't have to have the priority on either of them. So I'm going to save this, and then let me turn this guy back to just do 0 days. And then if I go back to my activities, now if I mark this one as done, because I updated it to have that medium priority, we're going to see one now. There you have it with that medium priority. So if you can set up 2 automations, you're going to have lots of activities getting created for your team so that you can make sure to reach out to your hottest contacts as quickly as they come into the system and hopefully win more deals.